The microphone is probably not on again. Oh no. It is. Is it on? Am I live now? Give me 1 second while I check. Hello. We are live. We are definitely live. We got the microphone, we got the camera. Alright, today's quick live review. We've got a different camera angle, found a better spot. The microphone is up close and is mounted to the desk I use for my racing wheel. You might hear some vibrations. I did test the audio. I think we're okay. But this live review is a bit different. We have an older car, much older car. This is the third variant in the series. And usually it was stock cars, just basically track ready with small components like brake pads, um, a filter, an exhaust, standard suspension. This car is old. This car is quite wieldy. You're always doing this with the car. So we're doing a tune setup, and the setup is quite simple. We have height adjustable sports suspension. Here are all the figures you can see. We got a two-way LSD and a closed ratio high speed gearbox. Now, I haven't driven this car with this transmission and differential setup. I've used the normal differential and transmission setup. This is my first time trying it with this setup. So, yeah, this should be a different experience. We have 36 kilograms to the back, fully customizable ECU. We have a racing filter, semi-racing exhaust, racing exhaust manifold, carbon ceramic brakes, and racing brake pads. You can already see 69, nice. For the handbrake, just in case, we have one bias to the back for the brakes, a semi-racing clutch and flywheel setup, and steering angle adapter set, and our tires, sport softs. Now, we do have a front splitter, but at 0. Now, the reason I'm not putting it at 100 is that for this car, it is important to have downforce on the rear. Now, because I can't put a wing on this car, it's at 0. So basically, we have to keep the front also at 0. This grants the best balance. That's the setup basically, as you can see. Street Racer. All the other cars in the past two videos in this series had a simple, more stock level tune. But that's because there was newer cars that were also kind of already set up for the track. You just needed the small pieces to get them realistically ready for track. A car like this to get ready for track and improve its performance on a realistic level, you kind of need this level of parts, even in the real world. I think for this car, definitely brakes and 100% suspension. Suspension can change this car on a humongous level. Stuff like filter, exhaust, you can avoid those. But also clutch and flywheel, those can help even on a sports level. That can really help in the real world, especially for these old transmissions. But in the real world, if you want to really also amp up the performance of this car, put in a more modern transmission and differential can help. It's like what I sort of did with this car with the close ratio high and a two-way limited slip differential. So we're gonna do one race with this transmission and differential setup that I do not know. Whoops. I'm gonna go to Europe, go to Nürburgring. I'm gonna do historic sports car masters. Go straight in. Now, the reason there is no music in these live videos is because, I don't want to copyright claim. There is a broadcast mode in this game for that. Um, it basically restricts copyright music, but I still don't trust it. And also, I like having my videos more chill, more relaxed. Basically, an improvisation of what I love doing, which is Gran Turismo, just driving cars. Now, I hope. Okay, we only have one Countach. Good. We have one Mira. The Mira is really fast in this game. The Countach gets gapped by the Mira, surprisingly. And the other cars are nice and simple. Not even the 911 turbos here, the 930 generation. Now, quick fact about the 901. It is the most kind of recognizable version of the 911. That's the body that kind of established what the 911 is. It's a part of the F or G body generation, and the RS stands for Rennsport, which just means racing. It's a racing sport. This car is basically the GT3 of the 70s. You know, if you take a 911 GT3 right now and take it to the 70s, this car would literally be it. So let's take a 911 GT3 from the 70s with almost no rear end stick, our Nürburgring with a differential I'm unsure of. This transmission is very similar to the standard transmission. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the differential. This car can really change with the differential. But let's try. Again, no assists, no counter steering, no traction, only full default ABS. This car on your left doesn't have ABS, but ABS is my friend, so let's try this. The radar, hold on. Nah, we're in rain. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. We are not doing this in the rain. Not one bit. Give me a second while I find the right weather. I think we're good. I think we're fine. Almost forgot to use my clutch and shifter. Here we go. Got the radar on now. Oh wow, this differential is very, very open. It's not restrictive at all. Down to third. I'm gonna keep it in third, just to maintain grip. All right. So with this car, with this setup, the brakes are astounding. This car can just stop on a dime. Obviously, we're using racing brakes and modern carbon technology. So braking is fine. Even braking in a straight line is good. This car does not struggle with intense braking. What this car struggles with is high-speed cornering. So this is fine. This corner here, Nürburgring, is scary. So we're gonna brake hard over here, still chilling fourth, and we're gonna keep our foot on the power. Now, with old Porsches, you need to keep your foot ready on the throttle. When you lift, you mustn't lift completely. You must lift gently to get your preferred amount of. Look at that. There's no downforce on this car. This car is scary to drive. So, brake hard here. Third, second. Now, what I found out with this car is that if you're taking a low-speed corner at a higher gear, the smoother your exit will be. When flooring it, the smoother your exit will be. And just overall mid-corner stability will be much better. But in situations where you need the power to overtake, a lower gear is preferred. So that's why I will be taking corners at a higher gear to maintain that stability, to control that loose rear end, and keep my smooth power band with a clean exit. As you can see, this car is flying. Sounds great too. Take a quick listen. Sounds pretty good. Now, I don't know how to heel and toe, but I know how to work a manual at least. I am using a Logitech G29 and a G shifter, so a pretty basic setup. Okay, this differential, not so scary. Not so scary. It's less restrictive than the standard one, but because of its more symmetrical setup with the sensitivity for braking and acceleration, it feels linear, but I'm just scared of high-speed corners. When I lift off, the car will just lose itself. Look, already up in third. By the way, I did put the game into hard because these computers are very stupid. I'm gonna overtake you, buddy. Maybe the computers are playing nicely. So, just wanted to get the motor going again. In real life, that would have just kind of blown up the engine. But this is a game. We're gonna stay in third. See? Higher gear. Keep our foot flat around the end of the corner. Higher gear, mid-corner stability is much better. Now we have to catch up to the Countach and the Mirror. They are far ahead, 13 seconds. And they are faster in these high-speed corners on the Nürburgring. But I have faith in my skill, and I have faith in this car's ability. This car was really fast. Look at this, 2:13 from the 70s. Now we are using a few mods, but like, that's amazing. Slow down, fourth. Never leave your foot off the accelerator in this car. Always have it ready, and well, also have the brakes ready as well. Odd, third, second, let it rotate. This car loves to rotate on its own while coasting, but it will snap oversteer. That's why I say keep your foot ready on the accelerator. You can have that kind of notion for almost every generation of the 911. My microphone is wobbling everywhere because it's mounted to my desk. As you can see, we're catching up. Might not win because this game is a problem where you put the opponents on hard, they just leave you. So yeah, still trying my best though. Down to second. You'll see throughout this quick review, my foot is always on the accelerator. It's always ready. Now we're keeping on third, and the reason I didn't put it on fourth is because I want to have power ready. Look at that, it just lost itself. I think on a normal suspension I would have lost it quicker. The normal suspension is a bit too loose. Should have just stayed in third there, to be honest. We're gonna stay in third here, let's see what happens. This car is really scary to drive, but like I said, but that's what makes it fun. Oh, some understeer there, it's fine. Front to second, yeah. Let's keep going. 5 seconds to catch them. We must get them before that long straight. On that long straight, I will be done for. But we're gonna break here. Stay in fourth. Keep pushing power, keep pushing power. We can floor it around here. Now here we must be careful with lifting and pushing power. Otherwise, look at that, the car is just all over the place. I think I like standard differential better. Brake hard. I should have kept in fourth, I think. I'm used to other cars with longer gears, but this is fine. We've caught up, but it's too late. We're right by the straightaway of the Nürburgring. And that's because I set the game on hard. It's not a fault of the car, it's a fault of, well, perhaps my skill. But look, coming out fast, but we don't have the legs to keep up. We are in line with the Countach, but yep, look at the speed of those Lamborghinis. They are fast, they are insane. Well, third is the result, I guess. Now, is this car worth 750,000 credits? If you want a classical Porsche, you can get it. I guess you must get it. If you want a different type of handling car, this is quite the experience. Now brake here a bit, stay in fifth, brake here a bit, stay in fifth, brake fourth, come down to second. Stay in second. What, that Countach overtook it? Wow, surprised. Well, I've done my best. That's the best I could do. Third. The computers just left us. If this computers were normal, I would have caught up with them easily. I would have beat them quick sticks. But no, I wanted a challenge with the game. Sometimes the hard computers are just completely unfair. You know his bonus? Let's go. But while we let this replay play, I will summarize the review of this 901 Carrera RS. So its history is quite interesting. Basically, the first generation, or one of the first generation of the 911 GT3s, GT3, and it is very, very scary to drive without assist. I think without counter steering, this game just completely feels different. But I kind of enjoy the way this car feels to drive. You're always handling the steering wheel. Your foot is always ready in the accelerator, and your braking is, well, the braking is amazing for this car because of the brakes. But yeah, your foot is always ready on the accelerator. It is unwieldy. It's scary at high speed corners. But I guess that's why I like this car. With 750,000 credits, not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. You must just be prepared for that loose rear end, out of nowhere oversteer. This is a great car. I recommend this one if you're willing to, handle it in that way, I guess. It depends on the type of person you are. But I will end off the stream with the car just driving off like this for a few seconds. I hope you enjoyed this quick live review. This car is scary, and I'll see you in the next one.